All right, so I have to bring Ashley in here, guys. All right, so we are officially live right now.
Hi.
Hi, thank you so much for joining me on these calls. I think you already know, but just in case people are joining for the first time, I've been interviewing awesome people in the community, business owners, leaders, just difference makers, and I'm happy to have. I'm calling it my tribe, right? My tribe of people.
Heck yeah.
Yep. And so I'm super grateful to have you as a part of my tribe and on this call today.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, absolutely. So I like to start it off. We're going to dive in. I have a ton of questions for you because that's really the nature of this, right? Q&A style. But I like to start off with something kind of fun and positive. We've played like funny videos in the past. And anyhow, I have something that I found when I was virtually stalking, or not stalking, that's kind of weird, but I was virtually researching some stuff on your guys' Instagram. And I found this thing that I think is very, very cool, and I'm going to share it right now. So,
Okay.
um, and it's actually part Q&A too. So what I gather from this is that people are like,
Oh,
this is awesome. Like, I love this. I don't exactly know. I mean, I kind of get it. Like, people are donating full meals to families in need, right?
yeah.
So, like, I just wanted to kick this off with like this super positive thing. I know you and I had worked on
I'm
like,
like tearing up right now. You're starting this interview and I'm like gonna cry. So this was used to do Family of the Month. It was one of the many things that I totally love, but as life got busier, it kind of just fizzled out. And that was Family of the Month was years ago, and basically anybody could nominate a family in need. This was way like pre-COVID. This was like maybe 8 years ago. And they would sponsor a family for $20, and then we would match that, and then we would extend a $40 credit or gift card to a family locally. So we're doing it again. We brought it back because obviously there's more of a need now than ever. And we've had quite a few families just privately message me. It's not something that we blast out a lot. I just sent this one thing out on Facebook so that people could know that we're doing it again. And it's been really, really sweet. There are so many families that don't have an income right now. And sometimes the first thing to go is a little luxury, like having someone make your dinner for you. And so a family that is lucky enough to be surviving this pandemic can sponsor it, and then we match it, and they get to spend $60 on whatever they want, and we'll deliver it. We even let them get beer and wine because, I mean, it's the whole point is to treat them. So
yeah, that's
very fun.
it's
Aw.
super fun. So cool. Love it. What an awesome way to kick this off. And it really kind of like segues into like a lot of the questions I have. You guys are doing some really cool stuff with all of your companies, or at least the three that I know about. And so yeah, this was a great positive thing to
The
start.
3 companies that you know about, there's no more.
Okay.
Thank gosh, that's all.
All right, cool. Well, I didn't know there might be a couple in the pipeline or something like that with the way you guys are doing it. So
Not yet, thank goodness.
cool.
So thank you for having me on. This is a really nice excuse to shut my door.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people watching this are working from home with their kids home too, and we have a and a brand new baby boy, and my husband is working today, and getting set up for this was difficult but so worth it because I'm having my coffee warmed up for the 5th time, and I'm alone in my room, and this is just a treat. I have a daughter on a Zoom call right now with her 4th grade class, and the other one's watching the baby.
Awesome. How cute is that too? Like we just witnessed the first Zoom class, and my daughter's a kindergartner, but like I'd imagine like no
Oh,
matter
that's
what elementary school, it's like watching these little guys like connect virtually is super cool.
so cute. My daughter's like, Mom, can she runs in here with like 20 minutes before this and her live? She's then I'm like doing her hair and she pull these pieces down in front. Do I look okay? Oh my goodness, it's so cute.
That's awesome. what a fun time, like or it's a crazy time, but like the positive, right? Like the funness of this is really cool for the kids, I think.
The memories will definitely, it'll be something that in the history books that their great grandchildren are going to be like, you were alive during the big pandemic of COVID-19. What was that like?
Yeah.
We went to school online. Well, but by then that'll be normal anyways, because I don't think we're going to go back to how everything was.
Right. Yeah, no, for sure. I've talked to some of the school board members, and they're basically like, yeah, we're going to see probably a hybrid of schooling going forward. So
Yeah.
combination of online and in classroom type stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
which, speaking of hybrids, we have quite a lot of, that's kind of what inspired this call, really, is you guys, from what I've seen happening online and just from what I know about the different things that you're doing, you guys have adapted very quickly to the atmosphere. You do offer a hybrid solution, or a hybrid of services, right? Like virtually, in person, in a safe way. And so, I don't know. I guess there's a lot to cover. You have 3 different businesses. I have a lot of like different questions, but let's stick first.
Do you want me to put my princess hat on first? We start with Fairy Godmother. Does that help? And then we'll go to the others.
If we totally can. Do you have a princess? Or wait, do you have a princess hat? Oh,
I have a crown, but it's in the carriage outside. I literally have a carriage outside.
Oh my gosh.
But I'm just like figuratively like gonna put that hat on, and then later I can put my pizza hat on. But yeah, Fairy Godmother.
Yes.
That was wild. So we have an event company. I used to work at Disneyland in 2005. I was special friends with Princess Aurora, Sleeping Beauty. And since that time, just really wanted to bring that same amazing quality character entertainment to Northern California for parties and to help businesses like yourself spoil their clientele. We work with the Sacramento Kings. We work with all the Bayside churches. So anything character related, we've grown it to 85 characters and about 60 performers, 20 of those working pretty regularly. And you can imagine right now in the entertainment space, there's nothing at all. There's 0 events. We are in our busiest season ever, and it all came to a screeching halt. So when that happened, I credit my early mornings nursing the baby at 4:00 in the morning when everything is dark and everything is quiet, and all I have to do is scroll Facebook or think. That time was filled with a lot of, I'm not a panicky person, but just like a ton of urgency and panic because we're responsible with Fairy Godmother and the restaurant, the 2 locations, for like 60 young people's livelihood. And if I chose to shut down, and if I just chose to like take this as I'm going to be home, I'm going to homeschool my kids, we're going to just like hunker down and get through this, then I'm not helping the community. I'm not doing my part. I consider myself their, agent for their success, and I couldn't do that. So I frantically, with Fairy Godmother, was thinking, how do we, number 1, keep everybody employed? Number 2, not just close as a business because I still have overhead, whether we're doing events or not. We had tons of bookings that were requesting refunds. So where's that coming from? Because this is always just a revolving thing. We were always buying costumes, and we're investing in wig maintenance, and we're doing our social media and all these kinds of expenses. So what happens? Well, I had the idea for a long time to get our characters online so that we can have a more affordable option, and an option that actually isn't just for Northern Californians, that could be anywhere. So that if you are in an area that doesn't have high quality character entertainment, those children could have a live interaction with the character. We've also done things in the past at a smaller, more simple scale with just videos that are pre-recorded that sing Happy Birthday Princess, that are way affordable, that somebody that can't afford to have, Moana come to their birthday party, they can still have this special message. So we kind of took that idea, we took it to the next level, and I feel like a lot of us, like business owners, we've had ideas, we've had things that we want to do, but at the end of the day, when we're all like grinding all day, every day with kids, with making dinners, with helping homework, with all the other things that come along with it, there hasn't been time to do those things. So now there's just urgency in every minute, and we had to get it going. I personally couldn't do it because I don't know the tech side. So I reached out, a friend of mine reached out to me first, actually, and she does know the tech side. And she's like, hey, I know you're building this right now. Her name is Ashley Meyer. She runs Mompire. She's amazing, momtrepreneur galore. She's fantastic, and she's connected a community of us moms in business. So she does know the tech side. So she reached out to me and she's like, hey, use this, and this for all the platforms that you need to make this happen. And I'm like, so I could either never sleep and get this all going, or do we want to work together here? So we created a great partnership where I know my weaknesses and I know my strengths, and she sees that this is bringing so much joy to the community right now. And she was able to get all the tech side set up for me. And now we're partners on this new hybrid of Fairy Godmother. It's called the Magic Mirror.
The Magic Mirror, yes.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. And I think what I kind of took from this too is like, thinking about other businesses that are having to adapt and stuff. Because we're all in this time right now, there's a lot of grace, right?
Yeah.
So maybe like, right? Like before it was like, oh, I don't want to do that. What if it doesn't work right? Or what if it is whatever. Now it's like the little bit of weight has been lifted and you're like, I'm going to go for it because everybody else is doing stuff right now. I'm like, let's just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, grace is huge. And obviously with shelter in place, I can't be going out to my cast members' homes and doing this amazing production quality and like holding a script behind the camera and doing all of that. So there's even grace with things like production quality. I'm the type to, like, my kids don't have baby books. This is a perfect example, because if it wasn't perfect, I wasn't going to do it. And usually that's kind of crippling for me. I want it to be so perfect. Right now is not the time for perfect. Right now, if a parent is canceling their kid's entire birthday party, if they get to have Elsa just show up with a, pretty sparkly backdrop, and it's simple and it's just, there's no props, there's no extravagance, that's all they need. That child is not going to notice that it's a simple backdrop, that they're not sitting by a roaring fire in a big grand ballroom. They're going to be really happy with just having story time and having her sing happy birthday and ask her how her day is. So the Magic Mirror is really bringing those personal interactions that we love and miss so much to the kids. It's keeping kids distracted. It's been fun for them to look forward to, because it's not just for birthdays. There's been kids who their parents are just booking a 15-minute chat. And they're so cute. They take the iPad and they just go over to their little corner in their room and they're like, Elsa, like, look at my dolls. Like, this is my book of you. This is my picture with you. It's super special and cute. And there's so much forgiveness when it comes to being perfect with it all. It's the perfect time to get started.
That is so cool. I didn't even really think about like just the very simple benefits and interaction, that they could have is like, as a parent, like, hey, do you need a 15-minute break? We got you covered. We can go do a FaceTime, with Elsa, we'll do a FaceTime with your daughter and you have 15 minutes to yourself.
And even like we have a place on the interface when you're booking everything that even says like specific things, like, is your child having a hard time with her math? Elsa can talk to her about math. Is she not understanding quarantine? Elsa was in quarantine. All of them were in quarantine. Jasmine was stuck in the castle. Elsa, Aurora,
or what's the one with
Cinderella was stuck home all the time. Rapunzel was in a tower.
Rapunzel, that's what I was thinking.
All of them. All of them. But we even did one that was so fun. My brother lives in Ohio. His name's Chris. And he has, they're really close friends. They have a daughter who was turning 6, McKenna. And she was doing like a scavenger hunt around town to celebrate her birthday and doing social distancing pop-bys of friends' houses, and people had presents for her at every stop and stuff like that. And when they got there, my brother had scheduled the Elsa call. And it's not just Elsa. We just talk about her more because she's so popular right now. And this little girl like walks up and my brother's like, look who's on the phone for you. This is my friend Elsa. She's calling from Arendelle. And they just had like 5 minutes of a quick song and saying hello. And then the little girl, like, she was so shy on the video. It's adorable. But she could not stop talking about it for the rest of the day. And I'm sure since that was just a couple days ago, but it's just magical and it's fun. And no one can get to Disneyland right now. So we can bring that to them.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the other like gold in this, right? Is like, yeah, you literally can't go to Disneyland. So here you go. Here's Disneyland.
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty soon the next section of it's going to start. Right now we're focusing on the lives, and we're getting kinks out and getting our cast members used to using their magic mirrors. But next we're gonna this next week start doing live Zooms where you can actually buy into access for only $1. So Rapunzel will be doing arts and crafts, and she'll have we'll have a list posted of, get a rock, get a paintbrush, get a few colors, and flowers for inspiration. And then Rapunzel's going to go live, and for 30 minutes she'll teach a little art lesson, and it's only $1. So things like that are going to be really fun for us to grow and then reach that. I mean, the whole world is in quarantine right now,
Right.
so who knows, sky's the limit.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, so that was kind of one of my questions in regards to the magic mirrors. Like, what's the big vision, right? Like, and
yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, very exciting. So much fun. And the cast members are just going to have a blast with it too, because they get commissions off of that model, and the sky's the limit. They're producing their own videos. They're getting to take ownership of it. What's the craft going to be? And are you going to do PE with Spider-Man? All these fun, different things that kids are going to be able to opt into. And we'll have like a membership. The goal is to have a membership option as well, where you can access as much as you want for X amount a month. So we'll be rolling it out soon, one thing at a time, when there's an infant around.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, super excited to see like what this is, and this is brand new. So how new is this?
This is 2 weeks.
So
The
awesome.
baby's 4 months. And
Yeah.
then the other business is 2 months. And then this version of this business is 2 weeks old.
Yeah. And so the other business, meaning your brand new location for Campelli's Pizza, right?
Yeah. We've had our first location for 12 years. And it's going great. It's in Roseville, Pleasant Grove, and Foothills. And then we opened up the new one. Super fun, full circle thing. My husband and I actually met there. It was previously my uncle's and then my mom's restaurant, Cool River Pizza. And my husband and I met there in 2004. Worked there together, and then worked for my uncle. And then now we're helping my mom retire. She's owned it for 16 years, and we bought it from her. And now she's getting to do more grandma stuff and some other things that she's working on for her church. And yeah, pretty cool.
That is awesome. I didn't know that that background of this. I mean, I knew that it was a family thing. You took it over, and now it's Campelli's. But that's cool. I didn't know that you and Jared actually met there. That's awesome.
Yeah, super fun.
So, is it time to put the pizza hat on, or the
yeah? Hat.
So that is that is you guys are pivoting in an industry that is quite honestly hit the hardest by this, right?
Yeah.
I love it seemed like right away you guys adapted super fast. Like you had like a grocery store set up in your.
That was born out of my guilt. I was like, again, up in the middle of the night nursing, thinking like, how blessed are we that I'm not having to go to the grocery store for anything. Usually we would go to the grocery store to pick stuff up, but with everything going on, we could just order from our food purveyors that deliver it. You see those big trucks. Our Performance Food Services, who we order through, they've been phenomenal. And I can order a case of chicken breast. I can order a case of toilet paper, or produce from Produce Express gets delivered, the next day if I order by 10 p.m. There's all these different things that I was having guilty survivor's guilt, feelings having access to it. And then it's like God just was like, well, don't feel bad about it. Just extend that to the community. So the basics that were out everywhere, like butter and eggs and milk and cheese and chicken and frozen lasagnas, just simple things that people couldn't find anywhere.
Yeah.
We just brought that in, and we made literally a makeshift market. And the forgivability, like we talked about earlier, like you can do things so janky and people are just like, thank you.
Yeah.
I made like a stupid little logo, and I printed up a flyer thing and popped it up on the window. Yeah. Makeshift market. Here we go.
I love it.
My mom was amazing. She, with her having more time because she's not in the restaurant all the time, she was happy as a clam to sit in there and volunteer. So because we didn't have a bunch of overhead on that, I didn't have to staff somebody. We got to offer that at pennies above our cost, just to basically cover any kind of like credit card fees or whatever. But then people were like, "This is the quality we get for how much?"
I know.
I'm like, "Yeah, take it."
Yeah, I remember Rochelle, my wife. She was like, "Are you kidding? Like, we're going there right now. We're gonna go buy. We're gonna go to the Campelli's grocery
Market.
store. Yeah, the Campelli's market.
Yeah, we've stopped doing it. So there's still stuff there. But really, like, grocery stores are catching up, and I was so afraid of waste because obviously I don't have any margins for waste. So I was like, I kind of have to cut this back. But we did. We had produce. We had stuff to make stew, basics, potatoes and carrots, apples and bananas. Yeah, it was really special. And even though we opened the restaurant and didn't have the opportunity to have grand openings, ribbon cuttings, all of that stuff was scheduled and halted before, like, right as COVID struck. So here we are with our doors open with overhead, with a crew to train, and we're freaking out. Like, what are we going to do? But then the way that God has used that for us, like, it's kind of amazing when you're a community-based business and your heart and your goal is to serve the community. To be able to do that outside of just pizza was really special. It's a special way to introduce yourself to the neighbors, like everybody is so ready to love on each other, and getting to be brand new in the community at that time, it worked out.
Yeah. You have, especially if you have, we just had a call this morning. Every morning we start our call off with my team. Bring her in.
Dude, she's so cute. My almost 12-year-old is like walking around in the backyard. We have French doors right here that are totally open. She's holding the baby, and the baby's like, he's been crying.
Okay, so I'll do my best to kind of normally these calls. Okay, well, we won't keep you too long anyhow. I do appreciate your time, and again, like, these stories are super powerful. And the main reason I wanted to have you here is because I think within all the services that you're offering and the strategies that you're doing and the new businesses and all that, there's like these really great fundamental pieces of information, right? Like talking about grace, talking about like where I was going is like you're essentially as a business owner, as a business owner with the right intentions, with the right heart, with the right purpose, like now is actually a really good time to shine, right? Like there's a lot of stuff going on, and so long as you're not taking advantage or being harmful, like you can actually use this time to stand up and rise and shine amongst all the craziness that's going on. So.
Yeah, we felt that. We really felt that because the community has been so supportive. I feel like our customers are just wanting to help so much, and they've just been sharing everything. They've been giving such positive reviews and feedback. It's been really, really special. And a lot of that is like our crew is fantastic. Our GMs in there are working their butts off right now. I usually wouldn't say butts. They're working so hard, and they are so happy to be serving because the community is like, tips are higher than ever. People are fine with long wait times. We've been busy every day. And I feel like, and even just the little things, like we usually do make and bake parties with kids, and we have them come into the restaurant, and we had tons of birthday parties scheduled through spring of kids that were going to come in. They're going to make their own pizza. We teach them how. It's really cute. But like with that stuff getting canceled, so like tiny little ideas, like with that one, it was, these kids are at home and they're bored, and their moms and dads want them to do something. Get off your TikTok is my thing. Get off your TikTok, please. Get off your TikTok. Okay. All right. And they, so we did these kits to go because the kids couldn't come to us. So we were like, okay, well, let's teach them how to make pizzas. So I just like made a super quick, it's awful, little instructional video that is on Vimeo, and I like posted the link to it. And it's just me teaching kids how to make a pizza, and then they get a dough ball, and they get sauce and cheese and the little tray to bake it on. And that, like, we've sold like 300 of those It's
Yeah.
crazy. And they're having so much fun with it. And the community is just, they're so excited just to have something so simple that their kids are doing. Like, you thought about my needs. Well, it's because they're my needs too. I'm my own target demographic. I'm home with my kids, and I would love for them to be making their own food. But yeah, that was a huge hit. And then the take and bake pizzas, so that you can put them in your freezer, so that if this goes really south and grocery stores and restaurants have to close, because none of us knew what was possible in the beginning. I'm thinking like TikTok any day, like we're all going to get closed down. So let's just
Mhm.
keep getting as much out to people as possible. So I'm like, take and bakes for your freezer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Did
it.
you guys offer take and bakes before, or is that a new thing? No, yeah.
No, I mean, we kind of had them like sort of a long time ago, but we never marketed them.
Yeah.
They're great though, because brick oven pizza takes a while to cook, and our staff, they're fast, they're efficient, but when we have high volume, like we get on Friday nights especially, it's 2 hours sometimes for a delivery. It's 40 to 50 minutes for a pickup. So now that we have those take and bakes, those are going to stick around after all this is done for sure, because people can
Mhm.
just pick them up. They're ready to go. They don't have to wait for their turn in our oven, and you can just take them home and bake them fresh at your house. But
Yeah.
all this stuff's going to stick around when everything goes back to normal. Having the virtual visits with the characters, having the make and bake craft kits for the kids, having take bake pizzas. Yeah, I think it's all here to stay.
Yeah, it's true. Like so much of, and my business is very different, right? So specifically just service, and a lot of the technology that we're using now, like I don't want it to go. I want it to be this way. I'm like, maybe not in my house all the time, but like I'd like to be at the office doing the same type of thing, like virtual.
It's so efficient. It can be so much more efficient.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the take and bake pizzas too. We're big fans of the take and bakes in our house.
Yay!
Yeah.
That's awesome. Have you gotten them from Campelli's already?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Yep.
You've been so supportive. Thank you so much. This guy, he's like, hey, would it be okay if I could get 60 $10 gift cards from you? Then he's like, I'm sorry if it's too much to ask. I'm just apologizing to me for ordering $600 in gift cards to give to the community. What? That's so awesome of you to do that. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you for loading up 60 gift cards. I appreciate it. But now that I see I could do feed a whole family, that's pretty cool. I kind of like that idea too. So might have to do something else soon. Actually, matter of fact, we're for sure doing something else soon. One of the kind of my plug. This is about you, but I'm gonna just throw this in there.
Yeah.
One of the things that we're doing right now is I've cut half of my marketing, my direct mail marketing budget to my neighborhood. And rather than spend, $600 a month on or more on print, I'm going to be basically just consolidating that, putting it over towards gift cards and doing little giveaway contests and stuff. Yeah. So
that's awesome. A place that would be really great for that. Have you been to Garden of Eden in Roseville?
That was like one of my go-to lunch spots. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So Ash, the owner there, he would love to hook you up with that. They've been doing amazing things too. I love how you mentioned the rise and shine situation. He's another one that's doing that. You can actually sponsor meals. You pay I think 50%. I don't know how he's actually working it, what the monetary is, but you sponsor a meal for a frontline worker, in the hospitals and stuff, and then they match it. And then they've been delivering hundreds of meals to nurses and doctors and stuff, which is super cool. But they'd be a really good one to reach out to. My big thing right now with restaurants, everyone's been so supportive, and I don't want to encourage anyone to stop supporting Campelli. Please keep supporting Campelli's.
Yeah.
But we're feeling that support, and I would just encourage you guys, parents, the date night type spots that didn't already have the infrastructure for takeout and delivery, that didn't already have a family-friendly, kid-friendly product with all the kids home right now. Encouraging you guys to go to the places that are kind of the finer dining spots that are still trying to stay open for you, ordering your cocktails to go, dropping cocktails off at a friend's house, and then doing your happy hour Zooms together with matching cocktails from Pink Martini, cute little things like that. If there's anything you can do right now for restaurants, I'd say going to the ones that are really struggling because their bar sales have stopped. Bar sales, tips, all that kind of stuff. And they tend to have higher overhead as well in those nicer establishments.
Sure.
But that is not to say that I don't want you supporting the pizzerias and the sandwich shops and all that stuff. The community has been amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think you'd have a hard time convincing people not to buy Campelli, keep buying Campelli.
And then party with us when this is all over. Remember, when everything goes back to normal, I got a restaurant to celebrate. We've got a grand opening to be had. We've got character visits. We've got so much going on at camps. We're going to be doing karaoke nights, trivia, like all that fun stuff, tap takeovers, partnering with the breweries and everything. When this is all over, like, oh my gosh, please come out, party with us.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, I will. Thanks. You don't have to tell me I'm dying to get out right now. So, and hug people. I want to hug people really bad too. So.
Yeah, that's been really hard for me too. I'm way huggy, and I can't. Too many high foots going on around here.
Yeah. Well, do you have any, so thank you for those, the encouragement to go out and support other businesses, the selfless encouragement also, right? Like to go support other people. Do you have any other parting words or things that you'd like people to know about? Or, I have one question for you, actually, kind of a parting word. So other business owners that are watching right now, maybe other restaurant, like, do you have anything for them? Like any words of advice or encouragement or anything like that? Maybe a kind of.
I don't know. I feel like everyone has done so much. Like our autopilot in our industry is just over. A lot of us were able to kind of work more on the back end of things. We weren't the ones taking the deliveries. We weren't working in the restaurants as much. That's the autopilot being over is probably the hardest thing. But like, this isn't going to last forever. We're going to get back to normal. We're going to have so much support. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like everyone had their pivot plan. It's just so impressive to see everybody like just grinding and figuring it all out. Yeah.
Okay. Keep grinding. Keep going.
Keep grinding.
This will end. This will end sometime, right? Like we just got to keep supporting each other and get through it. So.
Yeah.
Well, Ashley, thank you so much. The fairy godmother herself here live on my Facebook and YouTube, which is really cool. I'm excited to see more of the magic circle or magic mirror for sure.
Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hang it up.